The LED lights are also pixel lights. The seat way higher than my driver's seat for some reason. But we can press here, that opens up. Hey guys, this is Drew, welcome to the channel. Today we are driving the all-new Peugeot 5008. We're going to go through an exterior interior review on this vehicle. At the end of the video, we'll also do a POV drive to let you know my driving impression. Now let's have a look at the outside. What is the Peugeot 5008? It is a medium to large size vehicle that's available under the Peugeot lineup. It is available in the 7-seat option only. In the New Zealand market, there is kind of only one spec for most of the things. The starting price for this vehicle is $57,990 plus ORC. If you're looking to add the Napa leather package, that includes the full leather, more electric buttons, and heated massage cooling functions, you need to pay $5,990. And if you go to the sunroof option, that's $2,990 for the price. There is also some surcharge available on some certain colors. This one is finished in the white body color and two-tone black roof on the top. In terms of vehicle dimensions, it is 4.79 meters long and over 1.89 meters wide, with height just over 1.69 meters. The wheelbase stretches to 2.9 meters, so it's not a small car in any way. I think in terms of competitors, these will be very similar to something like a Hyundai Santa Fe, Kia Sorento, maybe the Mitsubishi Outlander, and along with the Nissan X-Trail in terms of its competitors on the market. The unique thing about this vehicle, it is French made, of course French build, French quality, and at the same time, it is a good styling overall package. Now let's move to the front. On the A-pillar, you can find the Peugeot logo over here. On the side, we're getting 19-inch alloys as standard for the New Zealand market. They are two-tone finish, black and chrome. At the front, this is a beautiful styling. The overall look is very similar to a Peugeot 3008. You're getting these LED daytime running lights like a cloud, and then full LED bars on the top. The LED lights are also pixel lights. That means it's going to do all sorts of auto high beam and low beam dimming for you. And I love how the grille design overall that shapes through the bumper, and it does look really cool. Big logo over here, small cameras on the top, and 5008. That means this is the vehicle. Now going on the side, we're getting another Peugeot logo over here. Black windmill covers, black surrounds, and black rooftops, as we mentioned. There is keyless entry on the driver's side, but also you can set up the key to walk away and walk to it. That'll unlock straight away. The side, it is fairly boxy, but it's not as boxy look or MPV look compared to the last gen. I remember last gen, just quite square or boxy cut, where this one does have a little bit more slope over here. I quite like this cover design over here with some trims, and you can see the LED tail lights also have some sort of animation when you get close to it, so it's not too bad at all. There is a very small wiper over here with Peugeot logo underneath, 5008. On the right it says hybrid, but ultimately this is only a mild hybrid with a 48-volt battery. Now tailgate, open that. It's not easy to reach. I wish the button is a little bit bigger. With the 7 seats option, when the seat goes all the way up, you are going to get about 340 liters of boot volume. It's not too bad at all. You also get external storage, which is very nice, very handy. You can also store your parcel tray over here or simply hung up on the top. So it's not a bad design in any way. To drop the seats, you need to thunder pull, just like that. Then this side, just like that. So once the third row is off, you're going to get more than 900 liters of the boot volume, which is actually pretty good. You will notice the second row is also 40-20-40 split seats. When the second row goes completely flat, you're going to get more than 2,200 liters of boot volume. Again, that's quite good in terms of space and volume. Remember, the length of this vehicle is under 4.8 meters. It's not huge, but it is reasonably big. Now, one small complaint is to get the third row seats up. It's not really that easy. I wish there is another string to pull. Otherwise, you have to reach all the way to simply pull it up from the front, just like that. All right, on the right, we also can find a large petrol tank. It's 55 liters, which is reasonable. And then this is how the second row looks like. Let's get the seats up first. So to drop the seats from the second row, if you do want to get to the front, this is the pull you can use, or you can use this to get it flat or adjust the angle on the rear seats. There is also a sliding underneath that goes on the outer seats. Now, step inside. This has been set to my driving position. I've got good amount of knee room, really good amount of foot space, so not too bad at all. You'll notice all the waters because I was moving the seats at the back. When you touch the bumper, you can't avoid that. The seat base is actually really high. I don't know why. I feel like maybe there's a battery or a big battery underneath. But yeah, the seat base is actually really high. That means my seating position is really high as well. My shoulder is way above the window line. There is a good thing. You get the window blinds over here. There are also ambient lightings over here, 8 colors to choose from. So yeah, overall, sitting at the back is actually quite high. I sit way higher than my driver's seat for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, it's still really spacious. I guess kids will really love it. For adults like me, my head is going to touch here if I go out of the car. So not the best. But anyway, over here we get the storage and air vents. You do get air vents individually as well. Heated seats is also available on the rear seats, outer seats, because this has the option with the Napa leather and things. Let's slide the seats forward just a little bit. So when the seats goes to this position, I still get a good amount of space. Let's look at the back. Drop this. So the seats bounces back. Then let's step inside. It's not easy, but it's okay. So with me sitting on this side, yeah, sitting in the back, I don't have much knee room. I don't have much leg room. The leg room is also very, very awkward because you get a big hump over here. Seat base is quite low. You're going to get big angle on my seat. Yeah, it's not easy to sit an adult at the back. I will say for me, 10 minutes driving, I'm down. I can't do more than that. But for someone who is shorter than me, or just the kids who use this as an emergency seat, it's still going to be acceptable. Then cup holders over here, there is 12-volt socket over there, and tether points and things are also in place. The middle seat belt for the second row is on the top of the roof. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There is no air vents for the third row, but the air vents will go through the second row. All right, that's the third row. Now let's get to the front. As we mentioned, this has the optional Napa leather seats. They're very nice actually. You can change the bolster support over here. You can adjust many things about lumbar support. There is also a massage seat function available. Memory setting is also available. Let's step inside and let's turn it on. Now, this is a nice place. It's beautiful for the Peugeot design for the new generation. I do love it. From the first side, we're going to get a small steering, very tiny. You can see the square top and square bottom, and the shape is quite small, but at least it is reasonably wide, so it's still very easy to grip. And yeah, turning is so enjoyable on this car, even if it's not a super sporty car, but with this steering design, it feels quite nice, quite sporty to handle, to use. On the left, you get all your assisted driving like speed limiter and driving assist, adaptive cruise control and things like that. Over here, that's the volume adjustment and music adjustment. You do get voice command for OK Peugeot. And then you can do some specific things about air conditioning and things like that. You can also answer the phone call. Wipers on the right, indicators and lights on the left. Now, in front of us, that's a virtual cockpit over here. What I really like about this screen is it's a full display. You get blind spot on the side, but there's no blank space in between. That means this virtual cockpit is 21-inch combined, and is large, by the way. You are able to change to many designs over here, to this graphic, the other graphic, navigation. You can do all sorts of things. I really love the animation that goes across different designs, and they definitely put some thoughts into it. And even that, you can also personalize. I can do power on the left. I can then do, let's say, energy on the right, or you can do an energy full screen. quite many things to personalize, and I really enjoy that. So that's really cool about this particular design. Let's save it. You can again add more and change. You can also do the customized screen. You can do 3 screen displays, or you can add more, add pages, or you can simply adjust them left and right. So that's also available. Now going back to the home screen, this is what the display looks like. It is not the easiest to start, but once you get your head around it, it's okay. You got built-in navigation, you got music, you got wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto through the mirror screen. Additionally, the best thing is just go to your application drawer that comes with all the information you ever need. ADAS about your safety driving features, and then climate about your climate controls, mirror screen about your CarPlay and Android Autos, and then seat options. You can have heated and cooling, massage, which you have driver and passengers. You can also change your bolsters on the side as well. Again, that's optional cost. And let's look at the reverse camera. 360 camera is standard, quite clear, no issue at all. You can see what's in front of you and what's around you as well. Additionally, you also get quick buttons over here to change a few quick vehicle settings, and along with that you also get a toggle screen over here, which you can actually save about 10 personalizations. Home screen stay there, or these buttons go left and right. You're able to do this, press and hold, and then select one of the icons to go here. So that means you don't have to have navigation on the third one. You can have something else in between, or do whatever you like. So that's also possible. Yeah, anyway, it is not that hard to get used to, but it takes some time to get used to it from the start. Now coming down underneath, we get start button, gear shifter, up and down, and park buttons. They're maybe not easy to reach, but it's still okay. Wireless charging paddles over here, some quick buttons for your climate controls, fans and things like that. Over here you get driving mode. You can change different drive mode for normal, sport, eco, and you also different terrain modes. Hazard light over here, volume and on and off button over here, handbrake is over here. The center console looks absolutely gorgeous, but because it's piano black, you're going to see all these marks along with the screen and also on top of the screen when they are not engaged. Anyway, over here we got a good center console. Actually very cool. You can place your phone over here if you're not, using it. It does stop it running around. Or you can press here. That opens up. That's quite cool. So 2 USB-C chargings along with 2 additional at the back. One will be able to connect your smartphone, or you can just use it wirelessly. Deep storage console and 12-volt socket. 2 cup holders are also reasonable. Press here. That's good storage as well. There is additional storage extended to the front. Small tray on the top, and then glove box. They're always half size on these Peugeot cars. I actually don't know why, but it's what it is. Large door bins over here for your drink and things like that. And then material on the doors are really nice. I can't say they are the most premium quality, but the design language on them is just interesting. You get sort of wool material on the top, you get soft material on the top. They are plastic, but they're not too bad. Patterns over here because you have ambient lightings, leather finish on your armrest, some trim finishes on the doors. And then the material finish comes along the way around the dash, wrap around over here, and they are all nice and soft, so that's pretty good. The screen feels quite solid as well, extends all the way to the driver too. So yeah, I don't mind the interior. I'll be honest with you, I actually find the interior very interesting, at the same time quite quirky in some ways, but it is nice. It is a nice place to be here. Alright, let's talk about visibility over here. Sight is pretty good. On driver side is also acceptable. There is a large A pillar over here, but does not block too many sort of blind spots. At the front, this is a different part compared to any other cars. Because you are going to get this panoramic i-Cockpit, named by Peugeot, you're going to get these wraparound screens, and they do tend to go a little bit higher than your visual lines. So if I'm sitting at my position, I cannot see the bonnet lines as well. But it's good, so you can see the display, you can see your odometers and all that things on the top directly, but it does block your front view just a bit. Side is good, rear is good. The third quarter at the back is also quite nice. Then the rear windscreen is also reasonable too. So yeah, that's good visibility. Now let's get started. I still keep reaching here. for my driving assistance. So first thing is the drivetrain. It is a mild hybrid technology. Peugeot call it hybrid, but some people may argue it's a little bit misleading in some way. Mild hybrid means at low speed you're going to get a little bit more electric support. At the same time, you also get a nice stop start in traffic, and the vehicle can cut off at low speed as well. What that means is it's powered by a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder petrol motor. That combined power is 110 kilowatts, 230 Newton meters. It's also powered by a 6-speed dual-shift DCT transmission. And in terms of driving, it's actually not bad as the numbers suggests. I know it's a small engine, turbocharged, and it doesn't feel huge for the size of this car, but at the same time, it's relatively easy to drive. In terms of power delivery, if you do it gently, it's very smooth out on the different transmissions. Only when you get stop start, when you get it going, it may take a small second to react, and that's pretty much it. And while you're slowing down, you can also hear the whining noise on the electric motor that's recharging and things. So you're going to experience that, by the way. And coming to the suspension, the build quality is actually really good on the chassis, on the suspension. Overall, it is a comfort vehicle to travel. There's not much weird points for the vehicle to go around places and things. And then when you're slowing down, you can see it's just quiet. And when you start driving, you can also feel the whining noise from the electric motor that assisted on the driving. So handling is actually exceptionally well on this sort of vehicle. A nice steering grip, and at low speed and even at low torques, the steering feels very direct. There's very minimal sort of blank spots when you turn the steering around the corners. They're quite nice. And also the chassis works really well. Even on this rough seal, it doesn't feel too bouncy. I do feel the vehicle is quite nicely down in the overall adjustments on the driving part. Power delivery on this vehicle is smooth, but it's not super sporty. There's not much power behind the vehicle. 110 kilowatts of power is just what you expected on this particular vehicle. You're not going to get super strong on the accelerations, but at the same time, it feels adequate. Remember, 0 to 100 timer on this vehicle is 11.3 seconds, so it's not fast in any way. But you're not going to feel it's lagging or it's struggling to keep up the speed. On the motorway, on the city driving, it's still easy to maintain your speed at the same time. Probably also very easy to go over the speed limit since the chassis is quite strong. You can see that it's not a bad acceleration, and it picks up the speed very easily. We are going to go to sport mode just to give it a try. We are going to get the motorway soon. Now, while I'm driving, I also maybe point out a few things which I find about this infotainment. A lot of times, for me, even if I know the toggle screen is available over here, I still tend to go to that screen directly, ignoring this screen for a very, very long time until at some seconds I remind myself, okay, there is a toggle screen. So again, this does get some time to get used to for these certain things, but yeah, that's just the way how it is. Now we don't have anyone behind us. We can do a little bit of acceleration, just going downhill over here. 1, 2, 3 on sport mode. That's pretty much it. There's not much power behind it, even if the vehicle is trying to give all its power out. The acceleration is okay, smooth out, changing gears, not bad at all, but you can feel that there's just not much power behind the wheel. But with that saying, the good thing about this car is probably the fuel consumption. With the mild hybrid and small engine combination, this vehicle achieves a factory clean figure around 5.2 liters per 100 k's. I will report that the driving information or the consumption later on this channel, just to let you know what my consumption is on this sort of vehicle. But anyway, driving on the motorway, we're going to talk about the noise first. There is a little bit wind noise. I think just maybe the boxy shape, or maybe just how the vehicle shapes overall. You can definitely feel a little bit more wind noise compared to some other vehicles. At the same time, the tire noise is okay. It's actually quite acceptable. There is not much of a tire roll and things like that. Now, driving on the motorway, as I mentioned, it's quite easy, quite comfortable to travel. The steering, everything gives a really good spot. Under sport mode, the steering is sharp, of course, but under comfort mode, it just feels nice and balanced. The suspension does give a really good soft riding on most places, even on some challenging roads and here and there. It's not too stiff, but it's not too soft either. There's a good balance from it, you can feel it. So overall, what is the Peugeot 5008? To be fair, this is a nice car in terms of driving and basic functions. It's got pretty much most things that you need for a $70,000 vehicle. It's got 7 seats, not too large, but not too small either. And then in terms of driving part, it's quite pleasant, easy to drive, easy to handle, and then there's not much to complain apart from possibly the power. Some people may argue it's just a little bit godless compared to some other vehicles on the market. But at the same time, it's got a mild hybrid engine that will give you a really good fuel consumption. For a big 7 seats like this, it is also adequate in terms of fuel consumption. And last thing is probably this interior. Nothing will compete with this interior in terms of its designs and things. It's probably not the most premium interior, but it is one of the most fun and quirky interior on the market. Anyway, that is my review on the Peugeot 5008 Hybrid in New Zealand market. If you enjoyed my content, please subscribe and like. That's the best way to support the channel. As always, I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.